And this right here, this type of thinking right here is why the church cannot evolve. And this is why the church will not be relevant in 20 years if we do not get serious about ancient Near Eastern studies. This guy said, I prefer the Bible from a non-biased view. He's talking about my advertisement for my book. So he said, I prefer the Bible from a non-biased view. The thing about study Bibles is it's from one perspective. And this is exactly what that advertisement was talking about. Every person in the 21st century, everybody believes I don't need anybody to teach me the Bible. When you do, you actually do. The average everyday person, the average everyday Christian, they know nothing about the culture of their Bible. But at the same time, nobody can tell them anything. We worship a Jewish Messiah, but we know nothing about Judaism. We know nothing about how the Jewish temple worked. We know nothing about how Jewish feast days work. We know nothing about how Jewish messiahship works, actually. We know nothing about the history, about where the origins of the idea of a Messiah even comes from. We know nothing about how a Jewish priesthood works. By the way, did you know that there are Jewish commentaries that Jews have used for thousands of years? They're called midrash. Even the people who have had the Bible for thousands of years before Christianity even existed, even they had commentaries about their own Bible. Christians are the only people who don't think you need anything else but the Bible. Now let me show you why you definitely need to get my books. When you read your Bible from the very first chapter and verse, it says, Bereshit bara Elohim hashamayim haaretz, when God began to create the heavens and the earth. Now, this guy, when he reads his Bible, I can almost guarantee when he reads Genesis 1, he thinks Genesis 1 is talking about how God created space and time. This is actually what Genesis chapter 1 is talking about. Genesis chapter 1 is talking about how from the perspective of the ancient Israelite author, by the way, I'm not a flat earther, by the way, but I know how to suspend my beliefs when I'm reading the Bible and understand the beliefs of the person reading the text or writing the text. In Genesis chapter 1, when it says God created the heavens and the earth, this was the heavens and the earth to your ancient Israelite audience. And the only reason why us as biblical scholars even know this today is based on text and steles outside of the Bible. Like this one. This is the Shamash stele. Now, this is the Mesopotamian god of the sun named Shamash. And here are his priests right here. And here is the sun. And if you notice, the sun is connected to a pulley system. Why is the sun connected to a pulley system? And why is there water underneath of this god Shamash's feet? Well, this is very much related to how people in the ancient world saw the world and how the Israelites saw the world. Remember that picture I just showed you where the Israelites used to believe the earth was flat? They believed that there was a metal dome surrounding the earth, and above this metal dome was water. Well, the reason why there's water underneath of Shamash's feet, like so, here is the water, these squiggly lines represent water, is because Shamash is sitting above the waters that are above the firmament. Shamash is in the heavenly realm above the heavenly waters. So when we read Genesis chapter 1 and in 1 verse 2, God is hovering above the waters. We know that God is not hovering above the waters of the sea. God is hovering above the waters, above the firmament, which the firmament actually wasn't made yet. That's a whole nother thing. Now, that information was for free. And that information should demonstrably show anybody who is humble that we really do need experts and books and papers and steles and manuscripts and items outside of the Bible so we can understand the Bible. And it is very arrogant for us to say that we can pick up an ancient text and we don't need anybody to explain it to us at all. You would never treat any other ancient text that way. If I dropped the Baal cycle in front of any of you, you would say, I need somebody to help me interpret this. Even the Ethiopian eunuch understands that he cannot understand the Bible on his own. He needed somebody from the Hebrew culture to explain it to him. Then Philip ran up to the chariot and heard the man reading Isaiah the prophet. Do you understand what you are reading? Philip asked. How can I? He said, unless someone explains it to me. You have an example in the Bible of somebody reading the Bible and they say, I don't know what I'm reading. How can I unless somebody explains it? And I'm speaking passionately because so many Christians demonize academics and scholars and people who make study Bibles and study texts and books to help you out. And then you kick and you scream and you say, I don't need anybody to help me read the Bible, as you smear arrogant feces all over your bodies and roll around in pig crap. So that information was for free. And I do have books, and my books go into more detail about the information I talk about on my channel. And if you want to get my books, you can get my books by clicking on the link in my bio. I have 3 books that come in a bundle of 3, and I also have more reading material on my store. The discount code for my 3 books, though, is LEARN. And if you see any other books in my store that you think will help you understand the Bible from the cultural context, get them. Be excited to get them. There's nothing wrong with learning, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with going outside of the Bible and going into the culture the Bible was written from so you can understand the Bible better. Because how can you understand unless somebody explains it to you?